Yellowstone stars respond to spin-off questions as Season 6 reports and franchise future remains uncertain. As the hit neo-Western drama nears its end, Gil Birmingham and Wes Bentley address potential Yellowstone spin-offs and Season 6 reports. Despite initial plans for a 7-season run, it was revealed that Taylor Sheridan's show would come to an end after Season 5 amid Kevin Costner's exit to focus on his Horizon, an American saga franchise. Along with that, though, it was announced that Yellowstone Season 5 Part B's finale would be followed by the development of a sequel spin-off entitled The Madison, which is currently filming and expected to premiere in 2025. During a recent interview with Screen Rant to discuss the final episodes of the show, stars Wes Bentley and Gil Birmingham look to their potential futures within the Yellowstone franchise. When asked about the reports of a potential Season 6 and the sequel show's development, the former acknowledged he had no information about what his future may hold beyond Season 5, saying it's literally above my pay grade, but remaining open to the possibility. Birmingham, who plays Broken Rock Chief Thomas Rainwater, was asked his thoughts on the chances of a spin-off focused on the Broken Rock Reservation. The star humorously quipped that he is always challenging Sheridan to an arm wrestling contest to make sure one of those things happen, before going on to share that friends in Sheridan's circle do talk about that idea, and remains hopeful the showrunner will land on an idea for such. See what Birmingham explained below. Though neither Birmingham nor Bentley's responses indicate what their futures hold in the show, it also speaks to both the secrecy and uncertainty about Yellowstone's future. Many of the creatives behind Season 5 Part B have recalled getting redacted scripts and other major steps taken to prevent leaks from the final season getting out. As such, given it's unclear what their fates may be by the end of the show, it's also just as unclear whether they could reasonably return for future shows. Much of Yellowstone Season 5 Part B will be about Beth and Jamie's war, which looks to be heading into life-or-death stakes as the latter seeks to hire hitmen to take out his sister and her father. Meanwhile, with neither Kevin Costner's John nor Rip and the cowboys on the ranch, leaving Case and a handful of other cowboys, the Dutton family ranch is now left largely undefended from the likes of market equities or Rainwater, should he look to use leverage this in order to finally gain the land for his people. Considering the chance Jamie may be dead by the end of Yellowstone Season 5 Part B, it'd be understandable why he might not return for more, though the chances of a res-set spin-off may be more challenging due to the overall focus of the franchise. Across the two release shows, Sheridan has kept the spotlight on the Dutton family, though the Madison story's reported shift away from them could see the door gradually begin to open for the Broken Rock and other non-Dutton characters to get their own projects. While plans for a 66 spin-off and sequel to 1923 set in the 40s remain in unclear states of development, I think a reservation-focused Yellowstone show has the most potential for doing some fresh and thrilling with the franchise. Beyond just the mainline show, Sheridan has often shown a remarkably compassionate approach to telling Native American stories, and with many indigenous creatives getting there too in recent years, I'd love to see him and someone like Dark Wind's Graham Rowland or Reservation Dogs' Sterling Harjo team with Sheridan to expand that side of the Yellowstone universe. The crisp air of Montana bit at their skin as the Dutton Ranch sat cloaked in a quiet kind of tension, the kind not born of cattle thieves or land disputes, but from the kind of uncertainty only Hollywood can bring. With Yellowstone's Season 6 bait hanging in limbo like a calf in a river current, the stars of the hit series found themselves not just wrangling wild horses on screen, but roping in answers off it. "I'll be real with you," said Cole Hauser, seated beside a crackling fire in a behind-the-scenes featurette the studio hoped would distract the fan base. We're just as in the dark as the fans. I mean, we're ready. I keep the rip jacket hanging by my front door, just in case I get the call. That call, as of now, hasn't come. Reports of creative disputes, contract delays, and an ever-expanding Yellowstone universe have turned what was once a streamlined story of ranching legacy into a labyrinth of spin-offs, whispers, and to-be-announced timelines. As the fandom awaits Season 6, or confirmation that it may never arrive, the stars are responding with a mix of hope, humor, and just a hint of exasperation. Kelly Riley, Beth's not done yet. Riley, who's transformed Beth Dutton into a cultural icon armed with acid wit and a bottomless glass of whiskey, was candid during a fan Q&A in Austin. "I don't think Beth's story ends in a boardroom," she said, her British lilt contrasting wildly with Beth's fiery drawl. "I want her to burn down one more bank, emotionally or literally." When pressed on the possibility of a Beth Dutton spinoff, a rumored prestige drama focusing on Beth's earlier years and how she built her financial empire, Riley only smirked. "I've seen scripts, but I've also seen scripts vanish like horses in the fog." Luke Grimes, "We're riding two horses with one saddle." Meanwhile, Luke Grimes, stoic and serene as ever, admitted that while filming had been halted for Season 6, discussions about the larger Yellowstone world were still very much alive. "We're in this weird in-between," he shared from the porch of a set trailer, the Montana wind tugging at his Stetson. "It's like riding two horses with one saddle. There's the story we were telling, and then there's the story that's happening now. The spin-offs, the backstories. All of it." Grimes has been heavily rumored to be part of the upcoming 1944 project, a World War II-era take on the Dutton family legacy. When asked if he'd play an ancestor, he only winked. "Let's just say there's a family resemblance." Lainey Wilson, "We're not done singing." Lainey Wilson, the country star turned on-screen ranch hand, has been one of the breakout fan favorites, and she's leaning into it. "Whatever's next, I'm in," she laughed during a Nashville fan event. Whether it's more Yellowstone, more 1883, or just more of Abby singing by the campfire, I'm ready. Rumors are swirling about a Yellowstone, the music limited series with Wilson and Ryan Bingham, Walker, at the center. It's said to blend original songs with character-driven arcs that bring music into the emotional landscape of the franchise. "It'd be like Nashville meets Yellowstone," Wilson said, "except with more gunfights and fewer stilettos." Taylor Sheridan's silence speaks volumes. At the heart of it all sits creator Taylor Sheridan, screenwriter, rancher, and increasingly elusive showrunner. Known for working in quiet bursts of brilliance, Sheridan has offered no concrete confirmation about Yellowstone Season 6. Nor has he directly addressed the fate of the sprawling spin-offs, which now include 1883, 1923, 6666, 1944, and the mysterious untitled Matthew McConaughey project. A source close to production whispered that Sheridan was consolidating the vision and building toward a cinematic endgame. Whether that's a season, a movie, or a brand new series, altogether remains unknown. Spin-offs galore, franchise or fumble. For longtime fans, the spin-offs are both a blessing and a curse. 1883 brought prestige. 1923 brought Harrison Ford. And the upcoming 1944 is said to bring international elements to the Dutton story. But for others, it's starting to feel like the original ranch is being left to rot in favor of shinier barns elsewhere. "There's a feeling that we were building this mountain," one insider said. "But instead of climbing to the top, we're digging new foothills all around it." The fans, "Just tell us if it's over." Reddit threads and Facebook groups have been ablaze for months with one central plea: just tell us if it's over. The ambiguity has turned fan devotion into cautious loyalty. One Reddit user wrote, "I didn't survive the train station, Beth's wedding, and Jamie's hairline just to be ghosted in Season 6. Despite the lack of clarity, merchandise sales are still booming, and every time a star posts a cryptic cowboy hat emoji, Twitter explodes with speculation. Kevin Costner, Ghost Rider or gone? Perhaps the biggest elephant on the ranch is Kevin Costner. Once the stoic heart of Yellowstone, reports of behind-the-scenes tension and scheduling conflicts with his passion project Horizon have clouded his future with the show. In a recent interview, Costner sidestepped questions about returning as John Dutton. "I love that character," he said, "but sometimes the story has to make peace with the real world. And the real world has a timeline." Translation: John Dutton might already be riding into the sunset, permanently. The future: open plains or fenced in. As April turns to May and fans continue to stare down a future full of possibility but light on answers, one thing is certain: Yellowstone has already changed the TV landscape forever. Whether Season 6 arrives with guns blazing or we end up watching a Case Dutton. Ranger of the West spinoff in 2026, the Dutton name isn't disappearing anytime soon. "I don't know where the trail ends," said Hauser, flicking ash off his boot. "But I know I'm not ready to hang up Rip's coat just yet." Neither, it seems, is the rest of the world.